Hey guys, thanks for checking out my video. This will show you detailed instructions on how to winterize your travel trailer. I will be demonstrating the process on a 2018 Grand Design Imagine 2150 RB, but the process will work on pretty much any unit out there, and I'll explain how to apply it to your unit. So let's get started. Step number one, plug in your shore power. I'll show you this again like I did in my de-winterizing video. Don't worry if your light burns out, they all do. It's not worth taking back to the dealer to get fixed. Step number two is optional, but I definitely recommend it. Remove your smoke detector batteries in your RV so you can put a fresh set in next year. The next step is to drain your water heater. We're going to pull the drain plug, but before we do that, we're going to release any pressure that's in that water heater. So you're going to open your pressure release valve. Once you open that, you may see some water come out, you may hear some air come out, depending if there's any water in your tank, but you want to make sure that is opened and all the pressure is out of your tank. Then down below, you will see the drain plug. Some of these drain plugs are a little bit difficult to get at, but you'll want to remove that and let the water empty out of your water heater. Step number four is optional, but I can't stress enough that this is very highly recommended. You really should be cleaning out your water heater tank. I don't think a lot of people are doing this or even know that you should be doing this. These cleaning wands you see here, you can buy pretty much anywhere, RV stores, online. These will allow you to get a high pressure jet of water inside your water tank. What happens is you will have calcium buildup in your water tank that you really should clean out. So you're just going to attach this to a hose. You're going to stick it inside your water tank drain plug hole and just shoot it around in as many directions as you can. I'll just spend a couple minutes doing this. And then what you're going to do next, going to replug your water tank. You're going to fill it back up. And then you're going to pull the pressure release valve again. Then you're going to pull the drain plug again. Step number five, we're going to go down and empty our low point drains to get all the water out of this system. As you see, I put valves on here so you don't have to keep unscrewing the cap every year. Step number six, while you're down there, you want to go ahead and open your fresh water tank drain and let that water drain out as well. Make sure after you open the fresh tank water drain that you leave it open. That is going to make a difference in a future step. Next, we're going to access our water heater in the Grand Design Imagine 2150 RB. It is underneath the bathroom sink. So what we're going to do now at the water heater, we're going to switch our water heater valves over to winterized mode. You will see on most RVs a set of three valves. You're going to see your hot valve, your cold valve, and in the middle, you're going to see what's called the crossover valve. Currently, the crossover valve is closed. It is perpendicular with the pipe that it's on. You're going to open that valve first. Then in any order, you're going to close your hot valve and you're going to close your cold valve. It's a pretty simple principle. The hot and cold valve we're closing because we don't want any antifreeze going into or out of the water tank. So we're closing those valves, and they should be perpendicular when they're closed. However, there's nowhere for the water to go that would normally go into the water tank, so that's what the crossover valve does. We open that up. Instead of going into the tank, the crossover valve allows it to go right over into the hot water side and back up to the hot faucets. Step number 8, we're going to close our low point drains. And plug our water heater. But what I do is I will leave my drain right inside on my water heater there And I'll put a paper towel in the drain plug hole. This allows it to breathe a little bit, but still makes it difficult for any type of bug to get in there. Moving on to step number 9, we're going to connect 40 to 45 psi of air pressure through the fresh tank fill to blow air out through the bottom of the fresh water tank. This fitting you can get, it's just a hose to air nozzle fitting that allows you to connect an air hose to blow out the air through the lines of your RV. Now you may have a question at this point. We're using antifreeze, why are we blowing lines out also? This is a line that never sees antifreeze. The water pump will not push antifreeze into this line. And there will be water in here if you've ever filled your fresh tank with water, so we need to blow it out. You're going to connect it. Since your water tank is open, if you look down quickly after you connect it, you will see water come out through that line. Let that run for just a minute or two until all the water comes out of the bottom of your tank. After you're done there, remove your air line, go inside your RV and open one faucet. I will open my kitchen faucet. Now we're going to move to step number 10. We're going to blow air through the city connection line, just like we did the fresh water tank fill line. Same reason, antifreeze is not going to get pumped through this line by the water pump, so we need to blow it out. The reason I opened the faucet is so that when I plug the air on, there's no built up pressure in the lines. And if you do go back in your RV, you'll hear air being pumped through your faucet. Just let this air run through for about a minute. You also don't need to keep opening other faucets, because by the time the air gets to the faucet, that's going to be a spot in the line where the antifreeze will hit once we run it through the water pump. So you only need to do one faucet here. And one more note, just make sure that anytime you're pumping air through your lines on your RV, that the pressure is regulated between 40 and 45 psi. Once you're done there, just remove the air fitting from your water hookup. Step number 11, we're going to continue with this idea. We're going to run compressed air through our black tank flush port if you have one. I do on my trailer. Let that run for about a minute, and then you also can blow some compressed air down through the gravity fill on your fresh water tank. You probably won't have any water in here because the pipe pretty much goes straight down, but it's never a bad idea either. Step number 12, we're going to access our winterizing hose and switch the valve over to winterize mode. In the Grand Design Imagine 2150 RB, the hose is underneath the oven. So I'm going to pull this drawer out. You'll see a white hose inside there. It'll have a little cap on the end of it. Attached to that hose, it'll go all the way back to a T-fitting. You'll see your water pump there. And on the end of that water pump, you'll see a white valve. You're going to want to turn that valve so that the handle is facing towards the hose. And all we're doing here is switching a valve that would normally allow water from the water tank to go into the water pump to now only allowing what we put in that hose to go into the water pump. Step number 13, you're going to take that hose, insert it into your first bottle of antifreeze, and turn on your water pump. You're going to see that water pump start to prime and drain that antifreeze right away. Step number 14, this is where you're going to run antifreeze through all of your water lines in your RV. So you want to make sure that when you turn it on, you see pink coming out. It may take a second for the antifreeze to run through the line to get to that faucet, so give it a second. When you open that faucet, open the hot or cold side individually. Once you see antifreeze, turn it off, switch it over to the other side, the cold or hot, whichever one you haven't done first, and give it a second, because you will see antifreeze come through right away, but that doesn't mean it's been pumped through the other side yet. So you have to wait a second. You'll see it sometimes usually clear up again and then turn pink again. Once you see antifreeze come through both the hot and cold side, you can shut that faucet off and move to the next. In my trailer, I have a kitchen sink. I have a bathroom sink as well. You're going to want to do your shower. And a little hint, when you do your shower, take your shower head off the wall and put it close to your floor, because antifreeze will get everywhere if you don't. Also, keep an eye on your antifreeze bottle. You're going to run out. Just replace it with another one. I usually use 3 bottles of antifreeze to winterize my whole system. Don't forget about your outside spray ports as well. If you have an outside shower or faucet, you need to winterize that. I have a faucet at my water hookup that's got both a hot and cold valve. I also have a spray port at my door. And then last but not least, make sure that you run antifreeze through your toilet. Step number 15, you're going to turn your water pump off and you're going to put your cap back on your antifreeze hose. Step number 16, take some of the leftover antifreeze you have and make sure the ball valve on your toilet is covered for the winter. Step number 17, take the remainder of your antifreeze and pour it down into your drain traps. And step number 18, what you really want to do here is make sure you go around to everywhere that you've run antifreeze through and clean the area up. Certain types of antifreeze can stain your RV. Make sure that's all cleaned up, and then what I'll also do is make sure my shower head is on the floor. I'll put a paper towel underneath it. I'll also put paper towels in all my sinks. That way, if any antifreeze residual does drip out, it's not sitting and staining anything. It's going right onto that paper towel. And finally, the last step, number 19, drain all of your waste tanks and your fresh water tank, and then close those valves for the winter. Last but not least, I want to go over some bonus tips. Okay, so these are some things that are usually not mentioned in winterizing instructional videos that I do want to make sure you guys are aware of. Number one, you want to make sure that you close all your windows and ceiling vents. If you have a vent over your stove, you want to make sure that is closed as well. Also, anything worth any type of value you want to remove from your RV over the winter. They can be a target. I take all of my power tools and electronic items. I basically remove those over the winter. I will also make sure that I remove all food items, not just the ones that can freeze, but everything. Non-perishables, salt, pepper, everything. The reason I do this, you don't want to give any animals like mice or rats any reason to smell or want to get inside your RV. So just take out all your food and just replace it when it's time to de-winterize. You also want to remove your battery, which I think most people are doing, but don't forget to remove any battery powered items like remote controls and flashlights. Batteries don't do well in the cold weather. They can explode, they can leak. So it's a good idea to remove either all of your batteries out of your items like flashlights or remotes, or just take them out of RV altogether and put them in your home. You want to remove all toiletries that could freeze. Not just shampoo and hand soap, things like that, but you also want to remove your first aid kits. They have creams, lotions, and different type of antibiotics in liquid form that you don't want to succumb to freezing. And the last tip that I have is to close your RV the same way you would as if you were about to head out on a trip. What does this even mean? So if you have an issue that you come back to in the springtime when you go to de-winterize, for example, let's say the slide won't open, you can basically hook up at that point in time and take it somewhere. Take it to a repair shop or your dealer and have it repaired. If you leave the slide open and it won't close, you're pretty much stuck. Another reason I close my RV the same way as if I was about to travel somewhere. In case of emergencies over the winter, you need to move that thing. Basically, you unchalk it and it's ready to go. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for checking out my video, guys. I hope you all learned something. Please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And I will see you all next time.